morning in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
You might recall that a few weeks ago I mentioned that a favorite word of Mark's, the Gospeler Mark, which he uses throughout his Gospel, is the word immediately. There's this urgent, pressing sense of immediacy throughout the whole of his narrative. Because Mark, you see, wants to communicate to us that it is right now, and in this very right present moment, that God is operating in our lives. Not some historical thing, not some future thing, right here and right now. We see this sense of urgent immediacy in today's Gospel. Mark recounts Jesus' baptism, and God speaks. You heard that. You are my Son, the beloved, with you I'm well pleased. But then this urgency is pushed even harder. And Mark writes, and the Spirit immediately drove Jesus out into the wilderness. It's as if Holy Spirit does not want Jesus to bask in the divine theophany. There's no time to lollygag down by the riverside singing Kumbaya with John and his followers. No time. There's just no time for any of that. The present is now, and as a matter of fact now, is moving forward into the future. There are places to go. There are decisions to be made. Deep, rich, ethical and moral and religious questions and decisions to be made. Disciples to gather around. A message to share. This time fulfilled is now. Right now. And God's kingdom has come near now. It's all happening now. And so Holy Spirit drives Jesus forward to the next step. And it happens to be the decision step, doesn't it? To whom is Jesus going to be loyal? In whom is Jesus going to put his ultimate trust? Who is Jesus going to serve? And how is Jesus going to use his sonship? How is he going to use his belovedness? How is he going to use this pleasing relationship you all heard about down in the Jordan? How is he going to use all that? Well, Mark's natural storytelling brevity gives us this. Jesus was, here it comes, tempted by Satan. In fact, Jesus does a 40-day and 40-night, what would you call it, say, a transitional ministry, for example. If there was any Satan's hell to this wilderness junket, it was likely what? 40 town hall meetings, back to back, one right after the other. You get the picture that's emerging here, don't you? So now you can see and consider how propitious it is that you folks here at St. Jude's are beginning this new season of Lent at the same time as you mark the end of your transitional ministry. You have met the devil. You have danced. And you have survived your town halls. Endured a plethora of meetings and gatherings and conversations. The photocopier is giving a great sigh of relief. Check it out with Rosalie. And further, to further anthropomorphize the conversation, the budget and its masters are grinning from ear to ear. Well done, you. Well done, you. You folks here at St. Jude's have survived your wilderness time. And not only survived, but done so honorably. Done so fully committed, and with a deep sense of vibrant integrity and faithful unity with your friend Jesus and with each other. And the distinguishing mark of your success is that you have in a whole variety of ways, intentionally chosen life, and that which is life-giving for this place called St. Jude's. Now let me remind you of some of the life-giving gifts you have chosen to take into your future. Your love of music, your vibrant worship, your positive relationship with God and with others, your welcome to newcomers, your acceptance of diversity, the social fun you have, your love and encouragement of children and youth, your strong hunger for spiritual development, your good care for each other, your natural inclination to offer hospitality and friendship and fellowship and welcome. Your really great care of this physical plant, your desire to offer opportunities to participate and contribute and lead. My brothers and sisters, those are not my words. Those are yours. And by the way, you have said that you choose these life-giving gifts because you recognize that when you take ownership of your future, you take ownership of your right now. You come together as a parish. And taking ownership, as you well know, is no simple job, is it? There's hard work ahead. Your selection committee is a personification of this intense labor. Time, energy, patience, skill, wisdom, and endurance, and then more patience, and then more wisdom are going to be required. And listen, you pray for them. Not just on Sundays through the collects, but pray for them every time you think about it. Zip off a prayer to God. Just be with them. Encourage them. You help them with your patience. You help them with your gentle encouragement. You help them by not asking all those questions that will tend to breach confidence. They're under enough pressure around all of that. Give them a break. Look and see. Look and see. One of the outcomes of the ministry fair is a keenness and an energy to begin new and creative ministries at and from St. Jude's. There's work to be done here as well. I heard Glenda speak about one of the ones that are a foundation ministry. Further, there's the work of all the various ministries such as that are ongoing, that they're well established and they're functioning well. Here too, your collective support and labor, it's needed. You don't have to wait for your new priest to arrive. Holy Spirit's got that under control with the selection committee. Let them do their work. You've got other work to do. Because you see, Jesus is already here. Holy Spirit's power is already at work, employed and yielding great outcomes of ministry. And listen, you need to know this for a fact. Lives are being transformed because of your good work. Last night's coffee house is a prime example of exactly that. Lives are being lifted up because of your choice to serve and through that service to glorify God. Is there anybody pooped out yet? Well, hear this as well. You heard Mark right, and angels waited on Jesus. This is the first time I've done this in a year, but I can't leave without doing it at least once. You ready? The Greek word for waited on is diakona. I had to look it up. You must have. In other words, angels served Jesus. And the good news for you today, as you move out of this transitional time and into this new time of Lenten expectancy, is that you are surrounded by angels. And they're serving you as well. God's presence is going to be very powerful in your midst over these next few months. God's angels are going to come to you and serve you as you are needed to be so served. Trust that. My personal experience with angels is that it's always helpful to be ready for them. They come unawares most times, in my experience. And oftentimes they are in your midst even before you realize you need an angel or two. So over this next while, you look intelligently and intentionally for your good angels who live right here at St. Jude. You see them. You welcome them into your midst. You trust them. They will serve you. They will wait on you too. They will help you take those immediate next steps that will lead you into the great future that God is so desirous for you. So look, if nothing else, know this above all things. You folks here at St. Jude's have everything you need for joy. Trust that Jesus is your friend, and all shall be well. And all shall be well. And all manner of things shall be well. All of this in Jesus' name.
Amen.